Have you ever stopped to think about what some of the most influential people in history really have in common? It's probably not what you think. It's not what they took or what they built up for themselves. It's actually what they gave away. We're about to dive into this amazing paradox, this kind of timeless rule that says the real path to getting everything starts by giving something up.
So what is this secret? What's this hidden principle that just seems to fly in the face of everything we're taught about success, about accumulation and getting more? It's a question that really gets to the heart of what makes someone truly great.
And honestly, the answer is as powerful as it is simple. The greatest figures, the ones who left a legacy that lasts forever, they didn't get there by taking. They got there by willingly and sometimes painfully giving. They just understood this fundamental truth. To really truly gain, you've got to learn how to give first.
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around this, we need to look at two words we think we know, but maybe in a new light: sacrifice and renunciation. And this isn't about just losing things. It's more like a kind of divine alchemy.
So first, let's talk about sacrifice. The way we're looking at it here, it's not some painful loss. It's a duty. It's the conscious choice to give something for the well-being of other people. It's seen as this noble, totally purposeful act.
And then we have renunciation. Now this one is all internal. Think of it like cleaning out the clutter in your mind. It's about getting rid of those selfish attachments, those negative habits, by just letting them go. It's like a purification process for your own mind.
So here's the kicker. Both of these big ideas, they're pointing to the exact same truth. If you want the things that really, truly matter in life, like knowledge or real respect or a lasting legacy, the whole journey has to start with giving. It's like you're clearing space, making room for something much, much bigger to come into your life. Giving is the first step. It's the key.
Now, I know this might sound a bit abstract, a little philosophical, but history gives us these incredible, rock-solid examples. So let's take a look at some real giants of renunciation and see how this actually worked in practice.
I mean, just look at this. It lays it all out so perfectly. You've got Gautam Buddha. He didn't just give up some money, he gave up a kingdom, an entire royal throne. And then there's Gandhi. He gave up a brilliant legal career, a life of wealth, of comfort. From a purely material point of view, these are huge, massive losses. But what did they get in return? Something you can't even measure. An immortal reward. An influence that is still changing millions of lives today. That is the alchemy we're talking about.
To really bring this whole idea home, to feel it in your heart, there's this beautiful little story, a parable from the poet Rabindranath Tagore that just captures the magic of this principle perfectly.
Okay, so the poem tells the story of a beggar just doing his daily rounds, and all of a sudden this incredible golden chariot pulls up, and a king gets out. The king walks right up to the beggar and then does the last thing the beggar would ever expect. He holds out his hand and asks the beggar for something.
You can imagine, the beggar is just floored. He's confused, he's even a little annoyed. So he sort of reluctantly reaches into his little bag and he pulls out the single, smallest, most insignificant little piece of grain he can find, and he puts it in the king's hand. He gives, sure, but he's stingy about it.
So fast forward to the end of the day. The beggar goes home and he's emptying out his bag, and he sees something. In with all the other plain grains, there's a tiny, single piece of pure gold. And it's the exact same size as the little grain he gave to the king. And right there, that's the principle in a nutshell. What he gave came back, but it was totally transformed.
And in that one moment, the full weight of what just happened crashes down on him, and he just weeps. He's filled with this profound regret, thinking, why? Why didn't I have the heart to just give him everything? Why didn't I just empty my whole bag for him? He realizes he didn't just miss out on more gold. He missed out on a total transformation.
You know, this story and the real-life examples of people like Buddha and Gandhi, they bring the whole idea right back to us, don't they? They make us stop and look at our own lives and ask, how does this divine alchemy apply to me?
So the lesson couldn't be clearer. It seems like the universe has this beautiful, strange way of keeping score. What you give away with a good heart doesn't just vanish into thin air. It finds its way back to you, but it's magnified. It's transformed into something way more valuable.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. We all have something we can give, right? Our time, our energy, our compassion, a skill we have. So the question isn't really if you have something to offer. The real question is, what are you willing to give? What golden grain is just sitting there in your bag,
waiting to be transformed.